The Atmarthi has utmost veneration, devotion for the Sadguru. Giving up self-will mood, he follows the Agna and makes earnest effort to pursue the path of liberation. This is what we saw in verse 35. 34 was regarding Guru, right Guru, sorry. 35 is regarding the right Guru being Pratyaksha. And 36, now what is it? Throwing light on the Atmarthi's belief regarding the path of liberation, which forms the foundation of his desire to follow the path. One thing I need to be clear, make it clear. Why this verse here? Because this verse prepares him to follow his Guru's agnas, or rather understand his Guru's agna, understanding the intent of his Guru behind the agna, one word in Gujarati, ashay. Because of this conviction, the conviction in this verse. When you will understand the verse, you will understand, but the purpose I am saying, to follow the agna of the real Guru who is Pratyaksh, and he can give you any agnas so that you get uplifted, you progress on the path, and to understand that it may not be a traditional agna. It may be very, very non-conventional and non-traditional. He may make you do something which is really absurd. So, to have that faith, understanding, and the readiness to follow, because it is finally going to lead you to the supreme path. So that readiness and that worthiness he wants to develop, and so this verse, let's sing.
एक होय तृण कारमा परमारथ नोपन प्रेरिते परमार्थ ने ते व्यवहार समन.
So the first line, एक होय. One is the, but what? So I've written it in bracket because Panth comes afterwards, that's why. So one is the path. Trane kalma, in all the three periods of time, past, present, and future. The supreme path is one, or the supreme path is same in all the time. All the three periods of time. Past, present and future. It was not different from Mahavir. It's not going to be different from Atma of Shrenik. It's not going to be different from Param Kripalu. And it's not going to be, it's the same. The supreme path remains the same. So, I'll explain all this. Eka hoy, one or same, because it is ek, I'm saying one. One is the path in past, present and future, meaning in all times. What? Which path are you talking about? Paramaratanopan, the path of liberation, the path of supreme truth. The path of supreme truth, or say the path of liberation, is one or the same in all the periods of time. First line over. So that means everyone has to follow one thing only, that means, because the path is one. So everyone should be doing the same Nityakram. Everyone should be doing the same form of meditation, whoever is an Atmarthi in the whole world, and past and future. Right? You have to insist they all do one, because the path of truth is one. No, it's not like that. Now see the second line, so beautifully explained. Prere te parmarthane, prere, which is instrumental, or which inspires, or which ever practices lead you to that supreme path. Te vyavhara saman. that noble behavior or that noble practices should be accepted. The young generation will find nothing extraordinary in this. They will find it common sense. This is for the elderly people. Okay, there may be different style of doing bhakti, different style of studying, different style of austerities, and if they are leading it to the main path, aspiring you or leading or instrumental in becoming a vitrag, all should be respected and adopted or accepted. See, the young are not even clapping because they say it's common sense. If you want to do this, and if it can be done in a different way, so final result is like you are going to become a vitrag. So what is the problem? The problem is with the old people. Amna karai ne, am karai ne, pelu karai ne, am karai. So this is only for 50 up people who have prejudices, who have insistence regarding rituals, regarding practices. Aarti should be Jaya Jaya Aarti only. Now what is this different forms of Aarti? So I said, because Bhagavan said, Prerete Paramatne, if I'm going into the same feeling, then that should be accepted. So all your why of what Guru says will go away if you have this conviction. All your doubts and queries and confusion, why? This is not the traditional way to do it. So who said I'm following a tradition? Who said? How can you blame me for something which I'm not doing? I'm doing Aradhana of the Paramarathanopant. I'm not doing Aradhana of a tradition. I don't want to keep any tradition going. I want to create a new tradition which should not be followed after me. Because then again it becomes tradition. Oh my God. I hope it's not confusing. So, I have to only see, is it instrumental to follow the right path? Does it lead me to the right path? Does it inspire me for the right path? And if it does do so, then I don't mind accepting it. Maybe I don't accept it, I do my way, but at least I'll respect you. I'll respect you. તમને આમાં વધારે ભાવ આવે છે, you may continue. But મને આમાં આવે છે. So I can do. It doesn't mean I have to change. But I have to respect. I can't go on insisting. So this conviction is very, very necessary if you are encountering a Pratyaksha Guru. He has his own ways of leading you, which may be so non-traditional. And this is said again in letter 76 also. વાંચવામાં આવ્યું નથી, સાંભળવામાં બી આવ્યું નથી. I have never heard stories of such mysticism. I have not read that you can even do it this way. I have not even read it anywhere. Or Sambalvu means? I have not even heard someone practicing religion this way. And still, Anubhav Mahave. Still the one doing so does experience a transformation. Bolo, which is the best verse, 34, 35 or 36? When we did 34, we thought that was the best. Saintliness is the only thing you need to remember. When it came to 35, we said, oh, supremely beneficial is what is so important. And now you think 36 જેવી તો આખી આત્મસિદ્ધિ નથી. Right? So if you have understood the purpose, then to grasp the meaning of the verse becomes so easy. So I've made these links and everything specially for you, and I've gone deeper, I can say, than even my PhD days. I've gone deeper even. It may be just 2 lines, but to come to these 2 lines, I might have taken 2 hours. Because to dig a Gnani's heart is the most difficult thing. You have to become like him. You have to start feeling like him, experience like him to actually know him. Because we are so self-opinionated. So this is what I thought. But if your thought has no alignment, if you're thinking, it is not called a thought, it is called a bad thought. Bad thought, wrong means, bad means wrong. It has to be aligned, right? You can't, see, Nemiji had a different concept, had a different concept of what is antarmukta. So somewhere deep within him is, antarmukta is when you're absorbed in yourself, your pure self, your atma, your shuddhatma. Deep within he had a belief that when you are so absorbed, you become unaware or absent-minded in the world. Deep within, I said. I've corrected it, and even he has corrected his belief. So you're not much aware of what's happening, you don't understand what's happening. I said, I don't think so. This is a sign of a dumb person. This is a sign of an absent-minded, આપણે પેલા jokes હતા ને, absent-minded professor. Absent-minded professors na jokes kehta tha, he used to forget what is he eating, whether he has eaten his breakfast or not, etc. So we used to crack jokes on an absent-minded professor. So deep within he had, you become quite absent-minded in the world, in your worldly activities. Then I corrected him. That if one person cannot lead himself through worldly activities, how can he lead a society, a civilization, if he's a Yug Purush? You understand? Our acharyas were antarmukh, self-absorbed in their self, and still their awareness was so beautiful, so pure, so subtle, they could lead others' lives also. So don't mistake it from, they are non-attached, but not non-aware. They see green much subtly. They don't know whether this is blue. I'm so antarmukh, I don't even know whether this is blue or black. It's not that. Antarmukh person, an enlightened person, awareness is very, very subtle. Just because they are detached, you feel they are imperfect, or you consider it as unawareness, absent-minded. No. But deep within, he had this belief with antarmukta. Means antarmukha એટલે એવા અલગારી, he doesn't know whether it's day or night. So you sometimes tend to taunt someone, oh, if someone is absent-minded, શું ભાઈ બહુ અંતર્મુખ થઈ ગયા છો? And I really slapped him once. He is full of unawareness. Don't even use it tauntingly, because that will change a belief. I don't want to be antarmukh, I want to be smart. You understand? So all these convictions as preparation before meeting a Sadguru are so important. If this is your belief that you'll become absent-minded and non-smart, who would want to become antarmukh? I have actually slapped him. So change your beliefs. Baba, I was just joking, means I know what is but you know, if you knew it properly, you would not even joke around with such. Don't joke with words which Gnanis have used for spirituality. So I physically slapped him also, where he was like just in a joking mood. I said, no, what I can see, you can't see. Deep within, your concepts are changing. You feel smart person, shrewd person, intelligent persons are the right persons. I don't want your subtle beliefs to be cultivated or sharpened this way. So you need to take prayashit for even just joking it. Just joking. Basically, there was some noise coming from one window, and so I just asked Mauliji કે આ અવાજ શેનો આવે છે? It's coming from this side, from this window. So he said, no, no, the noise is coming from that window. And actually it was coming from this. So it was his pure unawareness. So laughingly he must have just said, oh ho, Maulik ji, aap to bahu antarmukh છો. બસ આટલું. And I slapped Nemiji. Actually, મેં કીધું એનો fault બહુ ઓછો છે, તારો fault વધારે છે. Your fault is more because it is unawareness on his path, but your beliefs are only wrong. So I can bear unawareness, but I can't accept wrong beliefs. So he said, no, I was just joking with him, because I don't know, even he respects him and even he respects him. So I don't know how they communicate. But I was just joking because I didn't want to use the word unawareness for him. So I was just joking with him. I don't care whether it's Maulik ji or anyone. You can't use the word antarmukh for stupidity. You have to use antarmukh with purity and full awareness. And I have slapped him for him. Sorry, Nemiji. But now this slap, and you will never make a mistake of using trance or antarmukh for stupidity. You will use it for high spiritual state or evolution. So, now don't make me so tense and don't be so conscious. Cautious is one thing and being conscious is another thing. I'm drawing your attention to make you cautious, not conscious and scared. But we have all personal training in our room. We don't have long lectures. It's a personal training. So, and they enjoy it. એવું મને લાગે છે. You all enjoy it. So, where were we? Short meaning? Okay, fast. There is only one path for achieving the supreme truth. How many paths? Gnan marg, bhakti marg, kriya marg, dhyan marg, karma marg. There is only one path in the past, present, and future. One should accept, you can write even respect. Accept in the sense, you don't need to follow the same thing again. You can follow whatever you want, but at least respect that person. So one should accept, respect the practices which helps lead to this one supreme truth. Whichever practices lead the soul to liberation should be accepted and no other. It's very clear. So why this verse? There is no guru inside. First was very good. Te sacha guru hoy. So aapne lage aapna guru nahi baat hai. Second, very good. Pratyaksha Sadguru, Upkar, Arpanta, surrender, live according to his Agna. So it was very romantic. It was very emotional. I must have spent almost a month. Means Apurvaji might be able to. You want to say or I say? So we wrote the whole verse. I think I was dictating then, right? And 40 to 50 pages I wrote on this verse. Only 20 pages are published. 40, 50 pages I had written. But I did not understand at that time in 95, 96, what was the purpose of this verse and how is it linked with the previous one and the next one. That link I could not get. I could understand every word of the verse. And I spent almost a month hunting for these 2 lines which I gave you right now. A month. How is it related to the previous one? It seems like 2 different beats. I don't see a flow there. And it cannot be without a flow. There is a dhara in his heart, not drops. What do you call dhara? It's okay. Flow. Huh? You open your tap and only some drops fall. Will you be comfortable? shower kholo and I'm ting, ting, ek drop aave to there has to be a dhara for a good bath. So this is also, there has to be a dhara, and I could not just get hold of that link there. And can you imagine the whole verse, the vivechana of this verse, say 40, 50 pages, we must have finished in, say, a week. And the rest of the time, 3 weeks or a month, to hunt for the link. And I remember when we finally discovered it, invento karani noti. So when we discovered it, we were dancing. Akha world nu me kidhu khawanu mangawo akha world mathi. I want to rejoice. I wanted to rejoice both sensually and non-sensually, both. I wanted my senses to be happy also. I want to eat good food. I want to listen to good music, everything, because now I want to live. I was almost dead for 3 weeks. I cannot go to verse 37 till I don't find this flow. I have not reached his heart. Now what is the sense of all these 40, 50 pages? Just throw it in the waters. And after that, this verse became my most favorite verse because I've put a lot of efforts in this. And now I'm very, very clear because the Guru, you have decided to follow his Agna with Trane, Yoga and all, but you are not knowing what you are in for. He is going to give such vague Agnas, and I mean it. And I can't replace it by any other words but vague, which is not in vogue. Vogue means fashion, tradition. It's not like never heard of such a stuff. And still it is beneficial to you. So I think you have understood it. Huh? So what is the purpose? So he wants to show the worthiness of an Atmarthi, that when an Atmarthi becomes worthy, subtle convictions regarding the path naturally gets manifested in him. Nobody has explained this to him. Naturally it just comes within. Okay, of course I have to be open to different practices. Maybe I don't enjoy that practice and he gives me that agna only. I'm an emotional person. No way I would go for PhD. No way. If it was not for his agna, I would just not go for. I had left my studies after 10th with no intent to even become a graduate. I was an emotional person. The only two things I liked was bhakti and dhyan. Dhyan happened naturally with me. I've never practiced any methods of meditation. That stillness was just his grace on me. And bhakti because I enjoyed bhakti. So I was never a person of Gnan. Say between 1980 and 90, Rakesh Bhai would mean bhakti, manas. Jahan jaitya bhakti karave, jahan jaitya. Now there is like lectures only. So that's what he wills. That is not me. That is his will. Totally. Means the old people know anywhere we go it was bhakti. It means if you sit for a Paryushan session it was bhakti. So Rakesh Bhai means je lambi lambi bhakti karave the. Now where lambi lambi bhakti now? See what he wills. 15 minutes bhakti and a lamba lamba. Because my audience has changed. Now if I do bhakti, your mind will wander. But if I do satsang for 2 hours also, you will clap and stand. Standing ovation up so. Because my audience has changed. So maybe I had to go to the West and also he prepared me for that. I had no intention to go to the West. He knew it that you will need logic. You will need to explain it systematically without commanding faith from them. It has to be so logical. You don't have to say, because I'm saying this is the truth. No, you have to prove it. So I mustn't be having those skills and he knew it. I had gone to Nepal. કહી દઉં, એક બે મિનિટમાં કહી દઉં. So I had gone to Nepal, and usually I never used to go for any family retreats. They used to go this has been since 1980s. So they would go to, whole family would go for a week to Mahabaleshwar and all. I never used to go anywhere. So once my dad said that we are going to Nepal and we would wish if you accompany us. And Nepal. So Prabhu's past life, Nepal. So suddenly there was an urge I want to go. I might have been there with him in, somewhere. And if I might get one more link to my past this thing, so that rag I have for Kripaludev, I do confess. So I said, okay, I'll go. I didn't know what I was going for. So whole of Kathmandu, I used to go in late nights, but the streets par jao, but no vibrations at all. I got. So I realized કે પ્રભુનું વિચરણ અહીંયા કશે તો કાંઈ થયું નથી કાઠમંડુમાં. So I said, let's see, we are yet going to go to the interiors, so I might get some vibrations there. So only for their vibrations and nothing else. And I'm sitting in meditation and I get a command. English ma commanded. Yeah, PhD. And his Sakshi, I'm really telling you, I didn't know what PhD stands for. I didn't know it meant doctorate of philosophy. I didn't know PhD એટલે શું તારે કોઈ Google બી હતા નહીં. How will I know? Because all the people besides me were more ignorant than me. Like Sanju, like Dakshaben, like my mom. And they didn't even know anything more than BCom and BA. They even didn't know there is something like MA and MCom. How will you know? Who would tell me what does PhD mean? And I come from there, and there was a series of things I don't need to tell now. And I came to know it's some doctorate of philosophy. Then you need to be a postgraduate for that, and you have to do an MPhil also for that, Master in Philosophy. Then finally, so this was early May of 1989. No, 89, no? May. And then I come back to Bombay, I hunt for all this. He goes on guiding me every morning. He takes me to the next step. And finally, June 18th, I enrolled myself for BA, because you need to be a postgraduate for doctorate માટે પેલું માં તો બનવું પડે ને, MA તો થવું પડે, એના માટે બા તો થવું પડે ને, BA તો થવું પડે ને. So I realized to become a grandmother, you have to first be a mother, ba, ma. Then you can become a grandmother. And I enrolled myself on June 18th, and October 21st was my exams. And that too 5 years, because I had not done my 12th also. I left after 10, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 5 years, and 1 month and pachi MA and whatever. So I'm not that Gnan Manas. I like to study him and not scriptures. So I like bhakti and dhyan. And he made me study for 16 hours a day. Crying for bhakti in the initial period. And one bhajan and I would just burst out crying as if I'm missing all the fun of life. Worst days of my life in the initial period. Then I could find my bhakti in the study only. But initial period, I have only cried and cried. Dr. Mansi, I have cried more than you. Your thing was of your choice, medical. And this was not my choice. But he had his ways, and I had my conviction. Whatever is his command, if it's going to lead me to the supreme path, I must follow. So let's go fast. So the purpose here is to show the worthiness of an Atmarthi, that he has those subtle convictions which get manifested, which helps him to obey and understand the ashay, the intent of all the agnas. Fine? So what is it say? What is his conviction? The path of liberation is only one, not two. Forget different. Forget different paths, not even two. The path of liberation is only one. See, understand, the highest state is moksha. So the path to moksha is called moksha marga. So he uses parmarathanopanth for moksha marg. Moksha is the highest state. The path to moksha is called moksha marg, or it is called parmarathanopanth. So read the first line of the verse. Eka hoitran kalma parmarathanopanth. The path leading to the highest state is only one in all the three periods of time, past, present and future. And as Tattva Sutra says, first verse, Maulik ji, Samyak Darshan Gnan Charitrani Mokshamal. So Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gnan, Samyak Charitra are considered as three Ratna or three jewels. And if you acquire these three jewels, you can attain the supreme state, which is called moksha. So this becomes the moksha marg. So the moksha marg is only one. I don't want to go into the details of Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gnan, but simple three words: right faith, right knowledge, right conduct. If you want to understand it in the scriptural way. So the path of liberation is only one in all the times. You can understand that better if I explain it the Dravya Kshetra Kal Bhav. So Dravya means it is same for all beings. It's not a different path for Tirthankaras and different path for Kevalis. It's not a different path for males and different path for females. For all beings, it's the same path. Dravyati, same. Then next, Kshetra. In all the Kshetras, it is the same. It's not different in Mahavidya Kshetra and different in Bharata Kshetra. It's not different in America and different in India. It has to be the same. The pure path, the supreme path. Dravyati is the same for all beings. Bracket માં લખી દેજો, males and females. અપૂર્વજી તમે લખી દેજો. It's the same for all beings. It's the same in all places. May it be USA or India. May it be Bharata Kshetra or Mahavidya Kshetra or Airavata Kshetra. I'm not going deep into Jain cosmology. I can't afford to. Number 3, Kal. It is the same in the 4th era. It is the same in the 5th era. You cannot say everything was so easy for Rishabdev. No, the path was same. It was the same for Mahavir. It was the same for Krupadev. It's the same for you. It's the same for Shrenik Maharaja whenever he attains Keval Nan. It is the same in all time. Dravyati, same for all beings. Kshetrati, same for all places. Kalti, same in all times. So he has used this here. Eka hoitran kalma. Out of these 4, he has used this third thing, but he means all 4. And last, there may be very, very different bhavs, but the path of liberation needs only one bhav. I will speak in Gujarati. Shuddha Vitrag bhav. Pure bhav. It's the same. You cannot say कि हूँ क्रोध करता करता केवल ज्ञान पामीस, पेलो भक्ति करता करता केवल. There has to be Shuddha bhav. Shuddha Vitrag bhav. How you attain that is your choice. But finally it should be pure bhav. Whether you have come by Gnan marg or Bhakti marg or anything. If you can attain that bhav by singing bhajans, fine. If you want to close your eyes and, posture kayu, Padmasan. Padmasan ma basically stillness ma javo, your choice. If I can become still by singing bhajans, your choice. I want stillness. Stillness is the path of liberation. And however you achieve, if you can achieve this, this is acceptable. It's worthwhile. So this is called Vyavara. Practices, व्यवहार ते व्यवहार संबंध, व्यवहार means practices, means, conduct, anything. So if it's leading to this main path, then this has to be accepted, adopted, respected. Simple. Verse is over. Youngsters can't clap because it is common sense for you. It is really common sense. Mummy, ભાખરી ખાઈને પણ બ્લડ જ બનાવવાનું છે, પિઝા ખાઈને પણ બ્લડ જ બનાવવું છે, તો શાંતિથી મને પિઝા ખાવા દે ને. One thing I understood from the first line is, એક હોય ત્રણ કાળમાં પરમાર્થનો પંથ. Listen to this and you have understood it properly. Moksha marg is not dependent on kshetra and kal. It is dependent on the pure self. So it has to be same. Because pure self is same. If moksha marg begins with your dependence and absorbance and abidance in the self, and it's not dependent on kshetra and kal, place and time. So it has to be same. If it's dependent on outside, so I said, oh, who is going to come and sweep my room tomorrow? Oh, Rishabh is not going to come, you came today, you are not. If I'm dependent on him, then the thing is different. But if it's me who is sweeping every day, it's going to be same. So over here you are not dependent on anything external. So how will it change? બધું common sense લાગે છે, and I think I need to end now. So એક હોય ત્રણ કાળમાં what? પરમાર્થનો પંથ. And whichever means, whichever practices, whichever method, whichever ritual, whatever finally leads you to this, inspires for this, is worthwhile of accepting, adopting, practicing, and if not, at least respecting. So please don't insist on your method. Agraha. Don't insist, because that can also lead to the supreme path. That method of his or her can also lead. So don't insist on your, and you should not even get confused. Because every guru, every philosophy advocates different methods. Every ashram, I would say, will have a different method of bhakti. So everyone is going to advocate, and that's why everyone is different. So you should not get confused. તમે તમારું કરો, conviction થી કરો, બીજાને કરવા દો. Don't even insist, that this is the way bhakti should be done. No, if that person wants to do bhav puja, let him do bhav puja. Let him come finally in that state. If you want to dance around, dance. But finally, forget the world, forget self. Self meaning the temporal self. Forget your body, forget the world. Final, that is the path of liberation. So, you should be convinced, not confused. You should be open, not insistent. Simple. Agra bhi nahi karo, ninda bhi nahi karo. I've always been speaking this. તમારી પદ્ધતિનો આગ્રહ નહીં કરો, બીજાની મેથડની નિંદા નહીં કરો. Just say, okay, very good, you are comfortable with this method, just see, you have to be without rag dvesh. That is the path. This cannot be considered the path. This is what is leading to the supreme path. So here you have a choice, and here you don't have any choice. I think I've said all. So such is the faith of an Atmarthi, that spiritual path, the supreme path is one, not even two. And whatever leads you to that path is worthwhile, accepted, at least respected. Let's sing.
એક હોય ત્રણ કાળમાં પરમારથનો પંથ, પ્રેરે તે પરમાર્થને તે વ્યવહાર સંબંધ.